Let's stop for a minute and imagine we live in a perfect world, a world where students are called excellent, not because of their grades, not because of their performance, but because of their determination and tenacity to get up every morning and go to school, despite of all the challenges they face due to their learning disabilities, limitations, or problems at home. Let's stop for a minute and imagine we live in a perfect world, a world where people are called excellent, not because of the number of followers they have on their social media pages, but because of their dedication to their craft. Let's stop for a minute and imagine we live in a perfect world, a world where people are called excellent, not because of their net worth, but because of their contribution to make the world a better place. But you see, we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where the word excellent is reserved for students who have a 4.0 GPA. We live in a world where the adjective excellence is reserved for people who have the most viewed videos or have the most likes in their social media pages. We live in a world where the adjective excellent is reserved for people who made it on the Forbes list. When I was growing up, I don't remember being called excellent. Why should I? I was a skinny little girl who was so bad at math and didn't have any special talents or skills. I wasn't especially beautiful, and in fact, I suffered from acne most of my life. I didn't come from an influential rich family. Instead, I come from a family of what the world labeled a broken home. My parents divorced when I was a young girl, and like most kids who come from a broken home, I had a difficult childhood. And like most girls who felt abandoned by their fathers, I was broken and wounded. At 18 years of age, I was forced to stop going to school because my mom and I had to help each other raise my two brothers. While my friends were pursuing their dreams, I was busy answering phone calls and welcoming guests as a receptionist for a healthcare company. While my friends were busy finishing their theses, I was busy photocopying documents and doing errands for my boss as an assistant business office manager. While most of my friends were enjoying their first salaries, I was busy budgeting my salary to help my mom pay our bills. While most of my friends were having fun shopping, I was unashamedly asking and accepting other people's old clothes. While some of my friends were dating and traveling, I was working two jobs. Having fun at 18 was a luxury I couldn't afford. But guess what? All my hard work paid off. During my early 20s, I was promoted to be the business office manager, the youngest in the company, no college degree, yet the youngest among the 1,100 facility managers nationwide. From that position, I became the youngest accounts receivable financial consultant in the whole Southern California. Again, this with no college degree. At 24, I married the love of my life. We are blessed with three wonderful children. Together with my husband, we built a life people call the American dream. We built a house in the best neighborhood, had the best jobs, and was surrounded by family and friends. There was simply nothing more I could have asked for. Because of the amazing life we were blessed with, we felt it was time to give back. So, around 10 years ago, our family started an outreach program called Backpack as Mission. We would fly from LA and go to different parts of the Philippines to distribute backpack with school supplies to students and families. In almost all these trips, my husband would always make it a point to speak to the children and their families. During one of the trips, my husband spoke to one of the fathers of the children. He shared that however grateful and thankful he is fearful that by the end of the year, he might not be able to afford sending his kids to school. Because of this, we felt that we needed to do more for the community. So, a couple of months later, we started another mission called Business's Mission. Business's Mission is about sustainable and profitable businesses with a goal to transform the people and the society socially, spiritually, economically, and environmentally. All this to the greater glory of God. The first couple of businesses we started was to serve the fathers in the community. It was open to whoever was willing and was able. This was all going on while we were raising our young family back in the States and living our American dream. But one day, around 8 years ago, my husband realized that the true transformation and impact can only happen if we have a personal relationship with the community that we were blessed with. So 7 years ago, we sold everything we owned, quit our jobs, left all our family and friends, and gave up the only life we knew to move to the Philippines. From one enterprise, focusing to create opportunities for fathers in the community, we created another enterprise for the young teenage children of these fathers. From there, we created another enterprise for the young people. Then, today, we created an enterprise to give opportunities to the mothers. People would always ask, what do you gain from all this? Not material things for sure, but the opportunity to be part of something so great that would hopefully transform our nation and all the generations to come. During the last 7 years, I was able to finish my bachelor's degree in business, graduate with honors from my master's degree program, and I am now pursuing my PhD in family studies. The last 7 years of my life has allowed me to see the world in a different light. You see, the world I grew up in defined excellence for me, opposite of the world I lived in for the last 7 years. Every day for the last 7 years, I see street food vendors carrying loads of pails on their backs, pushing heavy carts, and walking for miles and miles only to make a few bucks. This is what they do day in and day out, under the sun or in the middle of the rain. They come back from a hard day's work with big smiles on their faces, happy they made something rather than nothing. During the last 7 years, I met students who were happy to work on the weekends just so they can afford to buy their school projects or help their parents put food on the table. During the last 7 years, I met young people who, despite of their struggles and woundedness, continued to pursue their passions. During the last 7 years, I met grandparents who, despite of their old age and physical limitations, continue to tirelessly work so they can provide for their grandchildren. During the last 7 years, I met fathers and mothers who tirelessly work despite the challenges they face in life so their children can have a better life. During the last 7 years, I met teachers, community workers, church workers, doctors, and nurses who are so dedicated to their vocation to serve others that they gave up opportunities for high paying jobs. During the last 7 years, I met people who fearlessly dedicated their lives to their causes, that despite the setbacks and challenges they face, they continue to fight for the lives of the defenseless. During the last 7 years, I met Lelaine, my assistant, who, without college degree, learned how to create and read financial reports and other business reports, who, while with reservations because of her limitations, fearlessly continued to be excellent in what she does. I met Raquel, a single mother of four, tirelessly working and grabbing every opportunity she can have so she can give her 4 children a better life. I met Josie, a widow and lost her husband and left with 4 young children, who selfishly and generously gave up her food supply during the lockdown to another mother. These wonderful, hardworking people, who the world may never describe as excellent, will always be the most excellent people for me. So I urge you, young people, to redefine excellence. Excellence is never about perfection. Excellence is never about high GPAs. Excellence is never about having most talents or the best skills. Excellence is never about the person's net worth or the person's status in the society. Excellence is about living a life of purpose. Excellence is fearlessly setting a goal that is intentional and meaningful to change your community. Excellence is working the hardest, rejecting mediocrity to serve best the people around you. Excellence is deciding to get up each time you fall. Excellence is deciding to move forward every time you stumble. Excellence is being purposeful. Excellence is being intentional. Excellence is being courageous. Excellence is being hardworking. Excellence is being impactful. In excellence is being resilient.